What up, fish people? Kenny E with DANI Aquatics. Well, guys, this video is for Miss Carol Cox, one of my loyal members for over 3 years now. She wanted an update video on the Altum Angels, and unfortunately, we had a blowout of their tank Monday morning. This is what I had to deal with Monday morning before work. I had to deal with this. Anyway, guys, everybody lived. I'm going to do an update for them downstairs as well. While we're up here in this little pool of water you see there, and there was another one here, Danny and I were sitting here figuring out what we're going to do next with this tank, and we were noticing little movement. And I thought it was the snails. Then after closer review, we found little itty bitty baby Coryadora. And speaking of which, there's another one right there. Or is that a... I can't tell if that's a Cory. This actually looks like a pleco, guys. Anyway, he's right there. I will do part 2 in a minute. I'm going to catch this guy and get him safe. Okay, guys, I'm back. So I caught 2 more stir-by babies. I think we're up to 5 or 6 now that came out of that tank, which I'll get to those in a minute. While I was back here, I wanted to show you this tank. This is basically our L236RB lines, which have bred a couple of times while they were with the Altums. There's one out of its starting to partake in the brand new caves of my wife's. And you have to extrude the algae and stuff, guys. I like to let that grow when I'm trying to get some breeding activity. But we have about 8 of them in here. They seem to like these deep caves. They had originally, I wish I had my little flashlight. I don't know where I put it. But we'll get you some more videos. I just wanted to show you that they're all happy and finally in their own tanks, so any babies we get from here forward we'll actually be able to keep. Anyway, guys, now on to the Altums. And we're back. Alright, guys, here we are. This is where the Altums are at the moment. So, Carol, you asked for an update on the Altums, and here you go. Right now, they're living their best life in a 240-gallon paradise. And they seem to be getting along great with the discus. No issues there, which is awesome. As you can see, the discus are actually a lot more relaxed now. They got a little school, so they feel like they've got buddies that they can now trust that will not allow them to get hurt. So everybody seems to be happy. Discus are just hanging with the angels. And then we also have a bunch of our stir-by Coryadoras in here. There was about 8 to 10 of them in that 75 as well. So combined with the ones we already have in here, now we have a massive school of probably about 28, 25 of them in here, which is amazing. I do have to get these guys out. It makes me nervous, them being in the same tank with my Altums, but they've been in with the discus now for almost a month, and no aggression towards the discus whatsoever. They just kind of chill in those weeds and leave things alone. But if you're wondering what that is back there, that is a Turkana jewel hanging out in the back there. Have a couple of them in here. But there's nothing that makes sense in this tank. We've got the Denison barbs. Roseline sharks, whatever you want to call them. I am going to be building this school back up to what its old glory was. There's going to be fish that, like the Altums, will be getting their own tank. They're not permanent residents in this tank. I don't know, though. Danny and I might change our mind if they keep getting along as well as they seem to be getting along in here. Everybody seems really happy. And then use the 125. We do believe these two want to pair off, so we might just set up the 125 and take these 2 by themselves and put them up there. But I am thankful now I got them in a 240, so when the other 2 do pair off, at least they're not creating havoc with the rest of these guys. But they're very happy, doing very well. We did end up finding a total of 6 baby Coreodora in that 75. It does upset me wondering how many may have got killed when we were trying to hurry up and drain the tank before it ended up all on the floor. We had no idea that we had baby stir-by in there. And yeah, they're growing out in the little bowl upstairs. They were that small, so I put them with the little CPDs and the Kubatai rasbora and my blue dream shrimp, thinking they'll be fine. Yeah, the discus, I can't get over how happy they are now. They're just chilling. So it was a scary moment, but 0 casualties other than whatever fry might have gotten. But I try not to think about it because there was 5 in just puddles that were left up there. So it makes me wonder how many probably got scooped up by the water. I don't know, but if they breed in here, there's plenty of little hideouts for the stir-bys in here, so I don't think they'll get messed with much. But we do have the nice little group of giant green swords in here, and they seem to be doing fine. That male's gorgeous. And these are big, guys. I mean, that male right there is almost as big as a giant Danio, to give you an idea. These are not tiny swords. There's him next to a giant Danio to give you scale on how big that sword is. And they're doing very well in here. Haven't seen babies, and I probably would imagine with all these cichlids in here, there's no chance of babies surviving anyway at the moment. But it's okay. Live bears have a bad habit of taking over tanks, so we're okay with that. I got a bunch more females upstairs I'll probably bring down and put in here for them, though. So at least they can pretend like they're interested. But they are breeding. I mean, the females, before we brought them down, I mean, we had way bunches and bunches and bunches of them. And there's still a bunch upstairs in the King Tiger tank, which they have to be out of there too. Because these giant swords do tend to eat babies. Now they're in with a bunch of other predators. But I don't know, man. Like that one there looks like it's grown just since it's been in this tank this few days. I mean, there's my hand, guys, to give you how huge these guys are. Oh, he's full of it tonight. Ain't he gorgeous? So, Carol, there is your update on the Altum Angels. Now, the other positive thing, which we showed you earlier in this video, was that the L236 RB line now have their own tank, which is exciting because they have bred twice already, and these guys thought they were great Scooby snacks, so they won't be able to get to my little babies anymore. I'm hoping the little baby stir-bys stay back in the weeds back there when they hatch eggs. There's a couple different spots in here I can actually see them hanging out, and where the Coreys could lay eggs. I mean, behind that log there, another big log over here, structure under the log. So I mean, I do think that we will see straggler babies here and there. There's plenty enough greenery and stuff in here where they should do just fine. And of course our giant school, or not so giant anymore, but our aging out school of gold barbs. Love those guys. I only have one of my piebalds left though. They're aging out on me. There she is, the last remaining piebald. She is gorgeous still though. The only bad thing about having any of these barbs in this warmer water, I mean, it does age them quicker. Unfortunately, they grow to the ginormous size, but it does shorten their life. Stir-bys, Altums, and Discus, not so much. They love the warm water. And even these guys have been enjoying the warm water, and they're not supposed to be anywhere close to these temps. But they've been this way their whole life. I mean, I got them with Chaka, the Fahaka, which we kept him at 82 degrees. And these guys, now some of these are from ones we spawned, but there are a couple of them real big ones are, I think, from the originals. But everybody, I think it's because I got so many shoaling fish in here that everybody's saying, I mean, this guy never, usually they see me, they freak out. And he's just calm as can be now. My last remaining discus, we are going to recharge the old discus. Love them. Absolute stunners. Anyway, guys, as always, love your fish. Hope you enjoyed this little update video. We'll talk to you soon. Carol Cox, thanks for the suggestion. Any of my other members got ones? Drop a comment in this video and say what you'd like to see, and I'd be more than glad to do a video for you. Peace.